Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Trail James, and I remember yesterday. The weather was so beautiful outside, and so I looked on my weather app, and it was 90 degrees, and so I remember looking also within the app. It says a 10% chance of rain, and so I went outside early within that day, and then I rode my bike around the whole neighborhood, and I assumed that just because it said that it had a 10% chance of rain, I assumed it wasn't going to rain at all. And so I remember, at a couple hours after I got in and then I left back out, it was raining, and I was shocked. And so the whole time, God was telling me to receive the rain. And so I remember, just thanking God and saying to God, like, wow, God, like that 10%, it made a huge difference. And so also there was a double rainbow yesterday that I saw. And see, God is telling us all today that that 10%, it makes a huge difference in our life. See, a lot of times we go through difficult situations, and sometimes the outcome of of things, it looks like it won't ever get better. It look like our current situation won't ever change. But God is saying that 10% difference, it makes a huge change in life. And so, whether your bills are due today, whether you barely have food inside the house to feed your family, God is saying to all of us today that 10% of you believing, it makes a difference. Because see, when you choose to trust in God and keep your faith in God, that lets God know that you trust him to where he will have your bills paid. He will put food on the table for you and your family. And so I want to read the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. And it reads, he said, "You don't have enough faith. I tell you the truth. If you had faith even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible." And see, y'all, a mustard seed is so tiny. It is, barely, visible, but it's still there. So God is saying to all of us today, if your faith is even as small as a mustard seed, you can tell the mountains to move. You and also that you can bring down every giant in your life. I don't care what it is in life. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to let you know that that 10%, it makes a huge difference. So like I said, whether bills are due and you are looking at at your situation and thinking, oh well, I'm going to get evicted out of my home because I don't have the rent money. God is saying, trust me, and believe that I am going to move on your behalf, but you have to surrender everything to me. So that's what God is saying to all of us today. So even whenever in life our situations it seemed like, 90% of it seems as though it's not going to work out. Remember, bring that 10% up to God and let God know that you still trust Him. Or let God know that it is in His hands. So y'all, that 10%, it makes a huge difference. Do not overlook that 10% of you believing and trusting in God, because see, like Jesus said, even if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can tell the mountains to move. You can pull down every giant that is standing before you, just like David and Goliath. David had all see see David had faith in God, and and even though David had a stone or a rock, he had God with him, and so he threw that rock towards Goliath, and he fell. He knocked down his giant. So any giant that's in your life, you can knock it down even with 10% of faith. So trust God, and He will move on your behalf. Trust God all the way. So I love y'all, and y'all take care. Bye.